Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WWE Monday Night Raw Review, June 12th, 2017. Holy shit, I'm actually doing a Raw review? This must be fucking insane. Reason why I'm doing this is real simple. This show is worth it. It was well worth doing this review. I found a lot of good qualities in the show. I found a lot of bad qualities in the show. First thing I'd like to say is, God, we need to have 2-hour Raws, not 3, because whatever the hell they're doing, whether they have a shitty 9 o'clock hour or a 10 o'clock hour, it fucks everything up. Because it takes people's attention, makes it go into the toilet, and then if you have anything good that happens on the 10 o'clock hour, it's like, doesn't even mean a damn thing. So, my personal opinion, need 2-hour show, need to stop having the lower level talent performing on Monday Night Raw. Another thing I didn't like about Raw last night, real simple. They had a cruiserweight match that lasted 3 seconds, and that was it. Match was pathetic. Noam Dar versus Cedric Alexander, and he had Alicia Fox distracting him, Noam Dar. And Noam Dar is a piece of crap. He sucks on Raw. I do not like him whatsoever. But the very first moment that this show opened up, we had Brock Lesnar and Samoa Joe. And thankfully they did that, because you might have dragged people's attention away from the storyline that they were doing here, because it was outstanding. First off, Paul Heyman saying pretty much that, it was picture perfect what Paul Heyman said about Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe is a Samoan. But one small problem. All the Samoans in the wrestling business love and are close with each other, but do not have any respect for Samoa Joe. And he said the reason for this is because he's nothing more than a punk. And being that, the fact that he states he's a punk is because of the fact, last week on Monday Night Raw, he grabbed him around the neck, put him in the Kikyo clutch, and made him fall asleep. And attacked a general manager instead of a performer like Brock Lesnar. So, that's pretty much the overall gist that Paul Heyman did in a very long, dragged out segment, which was very good regardless of the fact that it was dragged out. Samoa Joe comes out, he goes ahead, and he stares down Brock Lesnar. Finally, they're in the ring, face to face. No wasted time, waiting till almost the go-home show to witness this. We get to see Samoa Joe, Brock Lesnar, second week into this program, and we see Samoa Joe body push or headbutt, quote unquote, against Brock Lesnar, and Brock Lesnar kind of falls back a little bit. Brock Lesnar and him tackle each other to the ground. They grapple, actually, and they look like they're doing mixed martial arts on the ropes even. And it looked very good, very authentic. Not to mention, very entertaining watching these two guys brawl like dogs, showing you what you're going to see at Great Balls of Fire, regardless the title of the fucking pay-per-view absolutely sucks. So these guys put on a heck of a freaking performance for an opener for this show. And I was very impressed, and I'm very much looking forward to this match between these two. This is going to be a dogfight. So I'm looking forward to seeing this. Just skimping around here, we had an announcement that next week there's going to be Roman Reigns' big announcement for SummerSlam. Like, what is he getting a fucking announcement for SummerSlam? We're not even done with Great Balls of Fire, and he's getting an announcement for SummerSlam. What, he's going to get his opponent picked out for him? Like, come on, man, this is fucking ridiculous. So that was kind of dumb in my opinion. I didn't really like that very much. Thought that was a waste of everybody's time and pointless all around. Let's see here. So our very first match was Elias Sampson versus Dean Ambrose. Elias Sampson actually has gained some really big heat. People are booing him left and right 100%. I don't know if people are booing him because they downright can't stomach the guy, or because of the fact he's so gosh darn annoying, he's playing his role so well, people actually just hate him for that. Who the hell knows? My personal opinion, I don't think he's that great of a talent. I don't think he's all that big of a deal. And this match displayed that. I mean, he put Dean Ambrose in a headlock and all that. He talked shit about Dean Ambrose in a song. Talked about the crowd being crap and everything else. Elias Sampson needs to find a little bit of creativity more in his songs than just every time in the beginning of a song just trashing the crap out of the city he's in. I think that's kind of stupid every time. It shows no credibility, no creativity whatsoever, in my personal opinion. But that's whatever. So, during this match, Dean Ambrose got distracted by The Miz. He came down to the ring. He got counted out. And the whole thing was just a screw job, and Elias Sampson won the match by a countout. Oh, wait, no. That wasn't by countout. Excuse me, I'm incorrect. Sampson hits a reverse neck breaker for the win because he was distracted by The Miz during the match. But he almost got counted out when he was being distracted by The Miz. So, because he wasn't distracted from countout, he got distracted during the match afterwards and got hit by Sampson's finishing maneuver. Goldust went on to doing some more 14 karat gold dream bullshit segment talking about R-Truth. Like, it doesn't matter. Who cares? Backstage, The Miz is pretty much yelling at Angle about how he needs to do something about the Dean Ambrose and what he's been doing lately. And Kurt Angle pretty much stated, look, I don't care, and that's your problem. You're the one that caused this issue for yourself. You keep interfering in his matches. You keep screwing him over in title matches, and so forth and so on. I mean, he goes on to say that, Miz comes out about stating some stuff that happened about the text messages Kurt Angle was getting, and said it's none of your business, and this is my own personal thing that I have to deal with, so shut your mouth and deal with your own personal shit, and stop having to whine and bitch and complain to me to have me come fix it for you. And that's pretty much the overall gist on that. Noam Dar, I talked about this. Noam Dar was scheduled for a match with Cedric Alexander. The match ended in like less than a couple of seconds. The match was a fucking joke. We had Bray Wyatt come in there. He's a joke. Talking about he's the eater of worlds. He ain't no eater of anything except pinfalls and getting his ass whooped. He's the eater of losses. This guy is an absolute load of shit. He cannot give you a moment's time to make you believe any of this crap he's spewing at you. As if, what is the point of him being there spewing that crap to begin with? Me personally, I don't find any of it amusing. I don't find any of it very important. And he starts, targeting Seth Rollins. Why? They finally explain why. Reason and purpose for this is because Seth Rollins later on in the show last week, which I didn't know because I didn't watch most of it at all because I could care two shits less until I've seen what Samoa Joe did to Paul Heyman. I got interested in the storyline. So I decided why not give Raw a shot and watch the whole thing, which I'm glad I did. So Bray Wyatt's in the middle of the ring. He's talking blabbering bullshit about Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins finally came out and said, look, this is ridiculous. You targeted me because of and screwed me out of my match with Samoa Joe last week because I said something that, which by the way is true. You're a false prophet, and yeah. So that is the reason for this whole situation. Wow. Big, attention grabber right there by the fucking WWE. And what they make Bray Wyatt do is look like a complete idiot. They make him randomly target everybody for no fucking reason. He says and blabbers shit that makes absolutely no sense most of the time. And he calls himself a god. Well, if he was a so-called quote-unquote god, he wouldn't be able to lose. He'd be a world champion right now, and a hell of a lot longer than what he was earlier this year. Not to mention, he would have been beating every single person in WWE at this point. He's nothing. He's a joke with a mouth and spits and spews bullshit that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. So, who cares? After Seth Rollins states the truth about what he said, Bray Wyatt appears on a Titantron, stupid Mickey Mouse bullshit games, and stated, well, you may be a king slayer, but how can you slay a god? I don't know. Maybe beat you? I mean, it would be more believable if everybody was losing to you, but you're losing to everybody else, so I don't know how that contributes to you being called a so-called quote-unquote god of wrestling. Outside of being a complete ass of yourself, and that's what WWE is making him out to be, an ass. Which, hey, he's getting paid to do what he's doing, and he don't care, well, fuck it, who cares? Alright, we had this is where Raw started going kind of downhill during the middle part of this hour. About an hour and 30 minutes of the show is shit. From 9, after the Bray Wyatt, Seth Rollins segment, that's when the show kind of went to shit. That's when I started really getting upset about this. So, we had Apollo Crews versus Kalisto for the third week in a fucking row, which I've heard. I've been listening to JD's reviews on Raw and SmackDown, and just thought, this is absolutely insane. With Ako Tozawa in the crowd, with Titus O'Neil, recruiting Ako Tozawa to his brand. His brand? What kind of brand does he have? Is he a big guy? Does he have is he a multi-world champion? Does he have, the credibility to be a freaking mentor to younger stars? Absolutely not. Who the hell thinks that this guy Titus O'Neil can have the Titus O'Neil brand? Like, what kind of fucking brand are you talking about? Are you talking about the shit brand? The loser brand? I like to eat in catering brand? I mean, get the fuck out of here with this shit. This is fucking garbage. This match absolutely was boring as shit. Match, thank God, ended very quickly. And Ako Tozawa is now recruited by Titus O'Neil. Who fucking cares? Speaking of catering, we had Rhino and fucking Heath Slater. And Rhino and Heath Slater was interrupted during their little catering session of eating cheese and bread or crackers or whatever the fuck they were eating. Miz comes up to him and says, hey, you want to do me a favor? I'll do you a favor. You wash my back, I'll wash yours. Why don't you be my partner? He wanted him to be a partner and stop Dean Ambrose from bothering him and all this jazz. And he said, Rhino kept interfering and saying, I already have a partner. He already has a partner. I'm his partner. Yeah, you're his partner, alright. What is that, eating cheese and crackers? The fuck? You guys were fucking tag team champions on SmackDown. Now you're nobodies on Raw. Not that you were doing anything on SmackDown before you left, after you lost the tag team titles, but hey, at least you were tag team champions there. Here, you're nobody. You're just a fucking couple of goon bags sitting in the back eating catering all day long, getting fat and overweight. unless you're exercising before the show and after the show. Burn off all those fucking calories that you guys are doing absolutely nothing with. Fucking retards. So Miz says, okay, if you wash my back, I'll wash yours. What do you want? Heath Slater says, I want an Intercontinental Championship title shot against you. He said, done. But Rhino insists that they're going to have a tag team title match, or a tag team match against Miz and his choice of partner to face them during Monday Night Raw, which is where the show really went kind of downhill almost until the main event. And even the main event, I wasn't too happy with the ending. I thought it was stupid. But with all that being said, after that was stated, we see Rhino chugging down fucking giant lards of fucking crackers and cheese in his mouth. He looks absolutely ridiculous. And I'm saying to myself, and this guy was on ECW in 2000 and 2001 and then went into WWE and was called Rhino and had the gore, gore, gore. Paul Heyman screaming his name, screaming gore, gore. And now we're watching him scarf himself full of crackers and cheese. This is pathetic. Not to mention, Rhino was actually doing a lot more in fucking TNA than he is doing right now back in WWE. Which is fucking sad, may I add. So, I don't know what the fuck to say to this shit. Outside it's fucking retarded. So, I don't know. So, Alexa Bliss comes out later on. This segment was okay. I mean, she had an explanation to Nia Jax. She stated, well, it's more Mickie James and fucking, whatchamacallit, Dana Brooks' fault. Because if they wouldn't have been out by the ring side, they would have actually had an opportunity to close the match out properly with a clear-cut winner and had their moment as competitors against each other for the title. But in the meantime, before she came out, she was stating how ridiculous it is that she had to defend her championship after she already had a successful title win, title defense, against Bayley in a very decisive victory. So it led from one thing to the next, to the next, and to the next. It had 6 different women inside the ring, which I don't know where the hell they're going with this. And Mickie James and the other putz, fucking Dana Brooke in the ring, Nia Jax, Alexa Bliss. They had Sasha Banks there, so and Emma as well, included in all this nonsense that was going on. So at some point, we're going to be seeing a number 1 contender face Alexa Bliss for the women's title at Great Balls of Fire between the 5 of those women to go up against her at Great Balls of Fire. So we lead into a brawl, and then what do we get? A 6-women's tag team match. Who cares? Not a big fucking deal here. Doesn't really care. Match sucked. The whole thing sucked. We had a segment with Bayley. This was a really good one. Bayley went ahead and was asked why couldn't she pull the trigger by using the kendo stick. She stated, the match wasn't for me. I'm not the kind of person that goes ahead and is very extreme. I thought I could do it, but I really can't. I come out here every single night, and I be myself. I don't try to be something I'm not, and so forth. Pretty much the overall gist that I got from listening to the interview that Corey Graves gave with Bayley during this segment. Look, real simple. You can take all you want to hear, and they're pretty much getting pissed off. They're purposely making Bayley look like a fucking goon and a jerk off because They want to. They want the audience to get so sick and tired of her being a face that it will be believable enough to make her become a heel. This is what they're trying to do. They have had her successful in NXT as the babyface, and now they're going to turn her into a heel later on when Sasha Banks wins the Women's Championship from Alexa Bliss. I don't know why I keep saying Alicia Fox. Alexa Bliss Women's Championship, and I believe that's going to happen either at Great Balls of Fire or SummerSlam. Probably SummerSlam, more than likely, because Sasha Banks getting another victory at a big name pay-per-view would be more, worthy enough to do than having her win the title at Great Balls of Fire, which is the first time ever pay-per-view and probably a last time ever pay-per-view. But yeah, so she's going to turn into a heel. She's going to be a bitch. She's not going to be very nice anymore. She is going to change the script on her character. That's this whole point. But one thing that stuck out to me wasn't the whole commentary answer to the question Corey Graves gave her. It was after she answered it and asked to give him a hug. Gave him a fucking pathetic, didn't really mean it kind of hug. Hug Corey Graves. She goes, did that feel good? He goes, I don't know, I guess. She goes, it feels right. And he goes, I think I'm going to need a cigarette. I'm like, what? What the fuck you got this guy saying I'm going to need a cigarette? Don't you people advertise to kids and young adults and even people that are still smoking to not smoke? What the fuck is wrong with you? How freaking fucking two-faced or contradicting can you get? I need a smoke. What the hell? This is crackers. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You need a smoke. You're PG. You're advertising about not smoking, and then you're talking about I need a smoke. What the fuck? Get the hell out of here. This is psycho. That was retarded. That was really retarded. I could not believe that. But then we get to the big things. I thought we got past people in bunny suits or other animal suits. No, sorry, Bob. We got the Miz tag teaming up against the Heath Slater and Rhino, and his tag team partner was a guy in a fucking bear suit, which later on you find out was Dean Ambrose. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Who the hell goes ahead and has their tag team partner in a bear suit? Except, only one place, Vince McMahon's WWE shithole. That's when I went ahead and said, fuck this, walked away, went in my room, said hi to my girlfriend for a little bit, and talked to my friend Matthew about this nonsense. And when it was finally over, I find out it was Dean Ambrose, thank God, through my friend Matthew. Hallelujah, it wasn't a guy competing in the fucking suit for a specific reason to help Miz win a match. Holy shit, would that be fucked up. But regardless of all that, while he was going to the ring, he's rubbing his ass against the fucking pole by the ring. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking mad? This is a wrestling show, not a carnival act. What the hell's wrong with this guy? Vince McMahon really needs to get his head out of his ass or go to a retirement home, for God's sakes. Because this guy's out of his fucking mind. And Heath Slater and Rhino pick up the victory in that match. My God, was that disgusting. Neville and Rick Swann, I never watched this match. Hopefully they had a good matchup. But I did miss that. Enzo and Cass versus Anderson and Gallows. I didn't watch this one. Supposedly Anderson and Gallows picks up the victory. So what else the last thing I saw, and Samoa Joe makes a mention, says Lesnar and Heyman are falling right into his hands. Joe says in a few weeks he is going to put Lesnar in the Coquilla clutch, and he will put Lesnar to sleep. Joe is going to be the next Universal Champion. Pretty straightforward during the interview that he had backstage, so nothing, bad went on here. Very straightforward, very good statement, and straightforward and to the point. Then the last match was the main event for the tag team titles, 2 out of 3 falls. This match was okay, I guess. The bad part about this match, it had no ending. It ended up in a double countout, which made it a draw. Both teams got a 1-1 victory, so they both tied, which means they're going to have this match go to fucking gosh darn Great Balls of Fire. Which I don't understand why. I really don't know why. I really don't care. So the last hour and 30 minutes, I have to say, was absolute worthless shit. And the main event match was okay for entertainment value, but it had no clear-cut victory. So I was very upset with that, but at the same time, at least it was a productive match, all in all. But that's my opinion. I think the show was average at best. I don't think it was horrible, but it was, you were able to watch it at least. So it did have some good moments. It had some decent matches. I was entertained by the show. I didn't think it was that bad, except for, the 9 o'clock hour shit. Then I missed like half of the 10 o'clock hour because of what they did with The Miz and fucking that bear bullshit. But anyway, guys, leave your comments and opinions down below. I'll definitely get back to you. I hope you enjoyed this Raw review that I haven't done in such a very long time. I will do SmackDown review either tonight or tomorrow, guaranteed. Promise you guys that. Thank you very much for watching. Leave your comments and opinions down below. And hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to the channel. Thanks, and have a great night, guys.